We make a deal with our audience. And in the case of Magic and in the case of video games, it is the same deal. And the deal is this. Come with me. Come into my world. Follow my line of logic. Understand and follow my rules. Abide by the constraints that I'm bringing you towards. Come along with me. And if you trust me and you come along with me, there will be a payoff. Now, in the case of Magic, the payoff is a broken set of logic. The impossible happens, a sense of wonder, a sense of surprise. In a video game, the payoff is a sense of gratification and accomplishment. The promise in a video game is what the pitch is, here's the story, the style, the design. We have to validate that promise early on. As a magician, it's, hey, I'm going to fool you. And then after we validate, we have to deliver the goods. We have to actually give you that payoff. If we don't establish our credibility quickly, validate the promise that we made, and deliver the goods, we will lose them. We will lose our audience long before they've ever felt the value that we need to get them to. And if we lose them before they feel the value, they're going to resent their purchase decision. They're going to feel like it was a negative EV, and they might not trust us again. We like making choices, so in your simulation, give choice. But in your purchase decision, avoid it. Let me give you an example of how we think about that. We like to not go head-to-head with things that are good. We don't want to risk being the loser. I think I quote the Grateful Dead guy, Garcia. He said something like, it's not best to just be, it's not enough to be the best at what you do. You want to be the only ones that do what you do. And that's neat, because you don't have competitors if you do that. And look at what we did with Borderlands. We picked an approach where we were blending genres and made a new pitch, something that there was no competitor for. And that allows us to be the only choice. And that way, we don't have to risk the person who knows he's going to buy the leader anyway, the thing you cannot compete against in the AAA space. He's not going to pick that, because he always picks that, upgrading his opinion of that, and because he didn't pick the other thing, downgrading the opinion of our game. He's now framing the choice in a different way. It's Borderlands is yes or no, not this or that. Here's two things that look the same. It's not a Coke and Pepsi decision. It's a yes or no decision. The wheeled suitcase was not invented until 1988. It was a pilot that invented that. Like, we've had wheels for centuries, and yet we still couldn't come up with this idea. Now that we have Borderlands, it seems like an obvious thing to do, to blend role-playing loot and leveling up with the moment-to-moment fun of a shooter. But until we did that, it wasn't obvious. There are plenty of obvious things. There's so much stuff out there. So come up with those things. Avoid your competition.
Hi, I'm Allison Brie.
And I'm Joel McHale.
And subscribe to ENT-TV.
It's just ENTV for all your entertainment news.
No, it's EEN-TV.
It's just ENTV, so whatever.
It's ENENTEVE. Unless it conflicts with anything, channel or company we work for. I'm Allison Brie.
Signing off.